Om Shanti. Today, 18 September 2023. Baba says, sweet children, the Father's desire is that you children become full destroyer of attachment. When you make this firm promise, Baba, you are mine and I'm yours, true love can be forget. Question: what is the main difference between the sacrificial fire created by Rudra Shiv Baba and those created by human beings? Answer: whatever sacrificial fire human being creates, they are material sacrificial fire into which they put sesame seeds and grains. This sacrificial fire that the Father has created is an imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge into which the whole world is to be sacrificed. Second point, those sacrificial fire continue for a short time, whereas this sacrificial fire continue until destruction takes place. When you children reach your karmati stage, this sacrificial fire will end. Song. This is a battle of a strong with the weak. Om Shanti. You children now know that this is the school as well as a sacrificial fire of knowledge. In terms of school, an aim and objective is definitely needed. This is a sacrificial fire and also a school. This is the sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra that those people copy. They create material sacrificial fires. They pour offering to sesame seed and grains into them. They also have another very big type of sacrificial fire which they surround with the scriptures. They do this on a very big piece of land. On one side they keep the rice, ghee, flour, etc. On the other side they place all the scriptures. Whatever scripture you ask for, they will relate something from that. Then they will continue to pour offering into sacrificial fire. The Father say, Rudra is my name. They say that God Rudra created sacrificial fire of knowledge. So that was called the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra, just as they named a street Nehru Marg Road and Nehru Park, etc. after Rudra, just as they named a Nehru Marg Road, Nehru Park after Nehru. Rudra is God Shiv. The sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra was created by him. The whole of the old world is to be sacrificed in this sacrificial fire. This would not be in anyone's intellect. It is such a big world and the cities are so far apart. Everything will be sacrificed into this imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. The old world is definitely to be destroyed and the new world is created. Natural calamities also help destruction takes place. So this is an imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra in which the horse is sacrificed for receiving sovereignty. Imperishable means that it will continue until destruction takes place. No one else has such a sacrificial fire that continues all the time. At the most, they would make it continue for a month. They also relate the Gita for a month. The Father explained, I have created this sacrificial fire of knowledge. This is the horse that is sacrificed for sovereignty. That is, your chariot have to be sacrificed. They have to be sacrificed. They have given it another name. They show a sacrificial fire of Daksh Prajapita in which they burn a horse. That is a long story. The Father explained, this is my imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. It is an imperishable sacrificial fire created by the imperishable one, that is God Shiv. It is not that it will continue all the time. The sacrificial fire will continue until the time comes when the whole world, old world, is to be sacrificed. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. There are so many scriptures on the path of the devotion. The Father is the ocean of knowledge and he would surely have new knowledge. The Father gives his full introduction and explain how the world cycle turns through which soul become Trikaldarshi. No one else can give the knowledge of being Trikaldarshi. Firstly, you children have to imbibe this knowledge, and secondly, with the power of yoga, you also have to become conqueror of sinful actions. It takes time for the burdens of sins of many birds that are on your head to be burnt. It has been so many years and you still have not become karmati. When you reach your karmati stage, the sacrificial fire will also end. This is very important sacrificial fire. You can see signs of how preparations are being made. As you progress further, you will explain that even the natural calamities are making their preparations. Sometime they will be there will be very strong floods, sometimes earthquakes, and sometimes there is famine. Those people continue to tell lies about how they have made those people continue to tell lies about how they have made 4-year plans and that will then be lot of grain available. Ah, but there will also be so many people eating all of that. It would not be just human beings eat that. There will also be locusts, insects, etc. When there are floods, they cause a lot of damage. Those people, poor people, don't know anything. You know that there will be definitely be famine, etc. The signs of that are visible. If even a small war take place, food stop coming in. In the earlier wars, so many streamers were sunk. They cause a lot of damage to one another. The father says this sacrificial fire was also created 5000 years ago, and you also studied Raj Yoga. A sacrificial fire is created by Brahmin priest. You then they have written stories about a war in Gita. They also have mentioned Sanjay. All of that is the path of devotion. That too is imperishable. The Ramayana, etc., and scriptures that have emerged again. All the kingdoms that have continued, the British, the Muslim, etc., those who have been and gone will come again. Partition will take place again. You can understand these things. The same drama is repeat after every 5000 years. You are too number wise. Some don't understand anything at all. The father explained how many sacrificial fires are created. You have to explain to them. In fact, that sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra, in which the horse was sacrificed for attaining sovereignty, was created by Rudra god Shiv, not Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna will receive that same form in the golden age. He cannot receive it at any other time because his name, form, place, and time all continue to change. It is not possible that Shri Krishna would come and call himself the purifier. Only the Supreme Soul is the purifier. You cannot ask, why did he not reveal his form earlier? No, he would not tell you anything at the beginning. This is not in the drama, no? It's a real drama, it is not fake. You would ask, why did he not give us this knowledge earlier? Why does he not give us the knowledge in just one day? No, he is the ocean of knowledge, so he will definitely continue to speak it little by little. It is not that you would study all of that at the same time. You would study number wise, and this study takes time. Just as the physical study takes time to learn, similarly spiritual study also takes time. This is called the imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra. This is not written anywhere. In the scripture, these words are mentioned just for the sake of it. Ancient, easy Raj Yoga of Bharat. Acha, ancient means from when? From the beginning. So surely heaven would have been created from this imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. The father says, I come at the confluence age of every cycle. They have then made a mistake and changed the length of time. They have given the golden age a duration of hundreds of thousands of years. They have told lies. There are four parts. There are also four equal parts in swastika. Knowledge and devotion. For half a cycle it is a day knowledge, and for half a cycle it is a night devotion. The reward of knowledge is butter, and the reward of devotion is buttermilk. While gradually falling, someone completely dies. The new world definitely has to become old. The degrees continue to decrease. This is why this is called a corrupt, vicious world. It's a devilish world. You know that God cannot be found by your doing devotion, etc. People have been doing devotion all the time. It never ends. If they were to find God, their devotion would end. It would end somewhere, no? At some point. Devotion has to last for half a cycle. All of these things have to be explained to human beings. You should use these pictures to make them see how the world becomes new. The new world is established and old world is then destroyed. An exhibition, etc. have to be inaugurated by an important person. You have to take their help. They are then also given thanks. Send them a telegram to convey your congratulations. They have such big titles given to them. They have even given themselves the title Shri Shri. The father Shri Shri explains the world was elevated and it is now corrupt. The father has to come to make it elevated once again. They give themselves the name Shri in advance. In fact, Shri Lakshmi and Shri Narayan can only be said to be in golden age. Kings never used to give the title Shri. They are called His Highness. Even the king worshipped the greatest, His Holiness Lakshmi and Narayan, because they are pure, whereas they themselves are impure. Pure kings are called His Holiness. Now, instead of His Holiness, they have given many titles to everyone. They continue to say Shri Shri. The Unlimited Father is now making you Shri. By using the pictures, you can explain how the new world is established. We are doing the service of making corrupt one elevated. So please come and carry out the opening. Explain to them that liberation in life in a second has been remembered. Those who explain to them should be very active. They should be alert. Those of military remain so tip-top that they, in the name of you children is very great, Shiv Shakti army, the knowledge is received by weak one and those with stone intellect. The time here are very wonderful. Look, it is God the highest on high, and see whom he is teaching? Humpbacks and those with stone intellects. God speak, I teach them Raj Yoga. This is fixed in the drama. However, not everyone consider himself to be a sinful soul. The father say, if you become pure in this final birth, you will receive liberation in life in a second. Many people come. They are amazed by this knowledge. They listen to it, they speak about it, they belong to Baba. Then they fall and leave. This has been happening from the beginning. In the morning they say that they have firm faith, and in the evening they would say they have a doubt and they are leaving because they are unable to continue. The destination is too high. So I am taking leaving now. It is destined in the drama. Then they divorce the father. Maya is so powerful that she slaps you while you are moving along. Children say, Baba, tell Maya to become a little gentle. Baba say, I tell Maya to become very hot. The father says, remain cautious. It should not be that Maya slap you and you become trapped. You have been asking to live in a household and attain liberation in life like Janak. The father says, become pure for one birth and you will become the masters of the heaven. People love poison, devices so much. While moving along, they fall. If the Kumaris don't want to get married, the government cannot do anything. They can explain why should we become impure, that we would have to become worshippers and bow our heads in front of everyone. If I remain a Kumari, everyone will bow down to me. So why should I not remain worthy of worship? The unlimited Father say, become pure and worthy of worship. This is just the one examination in Raj Yoga. So many ascend and then fall. Each one play his or her own part. The result will still be the same as they were in the previous cycle. This is the drama and we are the actors. We are playing a part in this drama. We are actors. When you become full destroyer of attachment, full love can be forget with the Father. Baba, I will now remember you alone. I will definitely claim my inheritance from you. You have to make such a promise. Only then will both husband and wife become pure and go to the ashram of heaven. Both will sit on the pyre of knowledge. Many couples will become like that. The tree will then begin to grow very quickly. Acha, essence for dharana. First point, you have to sacrifice everything you have, including your career, into this imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge. Remain very, very alert and active for service. Second point, no matter how hot Maya is, remain cautious and save yourself from being slapped by her. Don't be afraid. Blessing for today is, may you be a master bestower who has the merciful feeling to finish everyone's problem. No matter what sanskars the soul you come into contact with have, whether they create opposition, whether they create conflict with their natures, whether they are angry or however much they oppose you, your merciful feeling will finish their strongest karmic accounts of many births in a second. Simply let your original and eternal sanskar of a bestover emerge and have merciful feeling, and all problem of the Brahman family then will finish. Slogan for today: to transform every soul with your merciful form, and drishti is to be a charitable soul. I am repeating: to transform every soul with your merciful form, and drishti is to be a charitable soul. Acha, Om Shanti.